Alright, cunts, welcome back to Warming Up Because I'm Garbage, my wonderful little series where I warm up because I'm garbage. If that wasn't already self explanatory, right? Today we're going to be doing perspective clusters and rotate, and I'm going to do my best, as always. Oh, like, subscribe, peddling for that shit, right? Like, subscribe, or get the fuck off my channel, preferably all three, right? I don't need viewer retention unless it's my semen, because apparently that gives you superpowers, and I believe Reddit. But, anyways, oh god, do I have to sneeze? Possible? This is what my nose looks like. I have a giant sneer. It's a very South Indian nose, and then I have a fucking giant ass bump on my nose as well. The most ethnic nose known to mankind. There you go, it's like a giant ball on my nose right there. That's my nose. Anyways, anyways. Okay, random perspective cluster. Alright, let's just experiment. I was just, Bryce Colander is streaming right now and he's drawing something. Samurais and shit. And I asked him, like, how do you approach drawing from imagination? I was specifically talking about what I'll be doing when I do just practice drawing from imagination. But he said, honestly, bruh, and he called me bruh, that's a fact. You can watch this video. He specifically said, you, my brother. And then he kind of didn't know how to explain it. He was like, I don't know, just do what you want. Use the knowledge that you have. So what knowledge do I have? Well, what can this be? Is this maybe a stapler, perchance? Right? A stapler? Or is it... Oh god. I think I do have to sneeze. What the fuck? Double sneeze. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, this is the perspective. And we can start chamfering now because I know how to do that. So that's pretty cool. So I just have to keep the perspective in mind while I chamfer. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Just visualize what's happening, right? Ta-da! It's a bit better. And then... I don't know. I guess I can just do a cylinder. Right. And this can just follow along like that. And what should the inside look like? Because I did cut it out a bit here. Interesting. So if this is coming down here, then I guess it'd actually be something like this. Cool. Let's rotate this, why don't we? Yeah, I think the main thing right now is to not worry too much about complicated shapes and just do whatever small little adjustments that I can to these clusters. Technically, is this a cluster? Probably not. It's not a cluster of different shapes, but it is a shape that I randomly manipulated. And now we're going to hopefully see it in a different angle. That's the main thing for me, right? Something like that. This is really fun. This is really fun. I know in yesterday's video, or the previous video, whatever the fuck, however I've done it, I stated that I would, because I was portraits, and I was like, I want to learn this a bit more, but I'm going to allow my brain to rest on that topic, and I'll probably just, because I'm going to be dropping my sister off to her place, so if anything, I'll probably just draw a bunch of those portraits in the meantime, right? So, it's all well that ends well. Now here's the fun part, because I've decided to create a little bit of an interesting like cutout there, right? So it's actually cutting out something like that I made. So let's try seeing the other side. Let's see what that looks like. But yeah, the main thing Bryce Colander was saying is just experiment with what you know. Joke's on him, because I really don't know shit. But I see what I like. Honestly, I respect his honesty. Honestly, I respect his honesty. I do respect his honesty because he does state that, hey, I'm not really the best at explaining things, right? And to be honest, he isn't. He kind of stumbles and he's like, I don't know, bro, just do it. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, bro. Useless cunt. But it's nice all the same. You know, I appreciate it all the same. So it's like this on this side, yeah. See? Because like I made a cut out over here, and then it's kind of normal. I think that's what it's like. That's pretty cool. I am getting better at rotating, I'd like to believe. So, yeah. Although, is this correct? Yeah, that is correct too. Cool. Let me. I think I had a dream about this once. What the fuck? I swear I had a dream about doing this specific thing, and then like taking a step back and be like, "All right, I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna rest my brain." Multiverse theory. We're all connected. Blah blah blah. But yeah, I think if I'm gonna be doing clusters, uh, I think what Bryce was trying to say is just be inspired by things you are already aware of. So in that vein, let's actually make this next cluster some sort of inspired by a plane, right? We can make it inspired by a plane. So to do that, we can do something like, right? Could even do something like, right? That's fucking. I'm so retarded. I can't even handle my own personality. How the fuck anybody listens to this? But as I was saying, should start to look more like something. Sure, whatever. That's what I was trying to say. Right. And again, I like my angles, so let's reinforce this perspective. And now let's say this train has legs. This is how clusters are born, I guess. Although that's off perspective, I'm pretty sure. But there's that. We'll give the other leg. Something like that. Again, it's just a cluster, right? It doesn't have to be anything too big. We can even just add a little, like a sphere addition, I guess, if that looks like a sphere addition. And even a cylindrical addition, right? Does this really look that interesting? No. But is it fun? Fuck yeah. Now the main thing is something like that, right? Cool. And let's just add feet for shits and giggles. And that will also help reinforce the perspective. Right, so now I know that this one's slightly misaligned. And again, the whole practice is just visualizing and keeping it in a box. So now that this is a bit more of a complicated shape, let's just turn this shit upside down. Cause let's see something. Jesus, if I just drop my pen. This is the beginnings of carpal tunnel syndrome, my friends. Right? Every single artist has it. We just pretend like we don't. You know, I'm in the process of pretending like I do have it. So I'm actually 10 steps ahead. But okay, yeah, this looks a bit dinky. There's some things that are off here. But if I were to flip it upside down, well, obviously I want to do it from a different angle. Yeah. Right, that's basically what I was trying to go for here. So right, that's kind of what I was doing here. Now the main thing is okay, so that's off. And then we can this is the fun part, to be honest, where your drawings from imagination can take a little bit of a turn, right? I think this is the best part because I'm making a good amount of mistakes and I'm trying to think because it is rotated, right? This is such a dinky looking thing now that I see it. And then we have the wheel. Which is really something like this. Right. Okay, and then same thing on the other side. Something like that. Now we kind of just have to figure out how this is all gonna go around. bit of a fuck up there. And then we can, why don't we just make this bigger to showcase that, okay, like that is the front. You know, that's not bad. That's really not bad at all things considered. I'm sure there's some things that are off, right? But that was really fun, and I'm getting better at visualizing this shit too, so it does make sense, right? Roughly. So yeah, let me rest my brain. That was actually really funny. That was pretty fun. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do is just make something, rotate it once, make something else, rotate it once. That way I'm not too stuck on one thing, but I just get the experience of finoidling around, as they say. So that's finoidling. 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 Right? I'm sure it's in the Urban Dictionary. And I'm sure it has like 10 different definitions. Mine is specifically to gruffle, so it's a synonym. I'm gonna rest my brain. I'm gonna rest my brain. I'm gonna stop talking. No, I'm gonna continue talking and rest my brain. It's possible. I do wonder how many single one of you pieces of shits have already formed a parasocial relationship to me.
It's just like having a big brother with a strong crimson chin. Oh my god, he's so relatable.
If you relate to me, then I think you need to relate yourself into a psych ward while you're at it. You know? Not because there's anything wrong with you, but because they must examine the brain of a genius who understands true comedy and and entertainment. Can't even fucking dick ride myself without stuttering. All right, next thingamajiggy. Well, we should just practice what I've been learning as of recently, right? What have we been practicing? Rounding. We've been practicing a lot of rounding. So let's go from there. I have a relative idea of how I want to approach this, but it requires extreme concentration and a pretty decent degree of prolapsion, if that's a word, right? I know what box this is contained in. I'm trying to visualize it to the best of my ability. There you go. Something like that. Okay, so there's this, which may be incorrect, but that's okay. I'm just thinking outside the box. No pun intended, except it's actually just incorrect. I'm thinking literally inside a box. So, and then well, that's the beauty about art, is the fact that this has actually ended up being quite different than what I'd initially imagined. That's why art is beautiful, right? Because you can just change things at the drop of a hat, and it turns into something else. Still trying to figure out what it is I'm trying to do here, but I think the main thing is logic, which I'm hopefully. Oh, wait, I think I can. maintain. Yeah, I think I'm maintaining it. Maybe not perfectly, but this is probably a great way to just sort of keep it consistent, right? And what can we do here? Maybe I can just do a giant addition just for shits. Okay, that's something. And again, I clearly have a fucking problem with spacing things out. But if we were to rotate this, it would be something like something like this. Maybe if we do that, kind of like attached to it. Well, it's a bit too long, but it's okay. And always trying to keep the box in mind to the best of my ability. I like using that word, to the best of my ability. It's a good cop out. Because even if my ability is shit, I'm like, well, it was to the best. So it's always a great way to honestly just not work. See, I fucked this up already because this is supposed to be smaller. This just should have been going around like so. Well, I guess if I did it here, I can just do it here. Right, so this is already kind of smaller, but fucked. Okay, so this is essentially a pyramid, right? Yeah, my biggest thing is I need to just fucking space things out better. Because clearly these can look pretty cool individually. But with how I do it, they kind of just bunch together and everything looks awkward and uncomfortable. Right? Much like my life. So. Okay, and then again, this is like the big ass sphere, I guess. Yeah, spatial reasoning has definitely gotten fucking like astronomically better. The fact that I'm doing this level of spatial reasoning casually is a testament to how much it works. Look, I mean, yeah, this is a bit off and this is incorrect, but it's the same shit technically, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let me rest my brain. I do need to space things out better, though. I think I'm really just focused on spacing things out. It's what I say for every little thing that I need to work on, but I guess as long as I keep it in mind. Okay, let me rest my brain. Alright, you know what? Might as well just finish this off at a different angle here. The angle I'm thinking of is a bit fucky, which is good, but let's do something like oh, this was, there you go. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. Wait, what the fuck? What angle was I thinking of? I don't even know anymore. Shit, I fucking, because I focus on this. Wait, which angle was this supposed to be? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Is it that angle? No, I wouldn't do it like that. Ah, okay, I think I know what angle it was. Okay, if that's the case. Trying to think. Actually, I think the way I'm approaching it now is still a different angle than what it was initially, but you know, sometimes you lose it and you can't find it again, so I'm just gonna try to do it in a way that I think makes sense now. Okay. Okay, so it is. Something like that. Right? Though I did fuck up the angle a little. Ah, wait, I fucked it up again. It's not supposed to be. No, it's not. It's the other way. Oh no. If I already made the mistake, should I keep doing it? Well, maybe I should just. Because I already made that mistake, clearly, why don't I just do this from a different angle? That's still good, really good spatial reasoning practice, actually. Just this component. Let's see. And again, if you're wondering, all my hands just on the page, it's so I don't keep shifting the page around, because it gets shifted around when you draw and stuff, right? So, or maybe I'm just fucking incompetent at holding my page as it should be. This has nothing to do with anything, although it now looks like a leaf. That's pretty cool. I think. I don't know. Okay, let me just think really hard. Okay, if I'm trying to shift this downwards, then like from the bottom angle. There you go. Right, and then we have this thing coming out like so. something like that. Maybe it's a bit too not narrow enough. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Okay, and then if we just were to shift that again, like this, but now this plane is, we're looking at it from this way, right? No, wait, we're looking at it from this way and from like this angle actually. So what would that look like? That's also really difficult. It's funny how it's the things you don't expect to be very hard, right? Like I expect my throck to be cocking, my cock to be throbbing, but not my multiple rounded bevel to be, I don't know, hurting my brain. I don't fucking know. But it's okay. I'm a YouTuber. Our job is to entertain now, right? At 328 subscribers now, boys and girls, I have made it. I've clearly made it to the big leagues. I actually don't watch baseball, so I don't even know if that's accurate. There's a little league. I don't know. That's like it's like Munchkin League, something like that. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So it's something like that. There you go. Yeah, you see? It's just another angle of it. Well, I guess I ended up. Yeah, it's okay. But that is, I guess, what I was aiming for. Yeah, guys, spatial reasoning is very fun. Very difficult, but very fun. Okay, another cluster of sorts. Right. I guess, like Bryce said, to try to be inspired by something or think about something. Okay, well, I have a fan literally right next to me. So, is it cheating if I use the fan as a frame of reference? Maybe not. Well, I'll just draw it in a different angle. Right. I'll just be drawing it in its most simple shapes, I guess. Right. Then we got something like this. It's hilarious how my ellipses always looks off. Look at this. Like it's the degree should be so much wider. Same with this. Like I don't know what I'm doing here, but it's a mistake that we can identify. Right. Yeah, it should be like again the incorrect perspective for sure when it comes to the ellipses in the back end. And I don't know what the front looks like, but let's just assume this is the point. It's going out there. It's just something like, and then it's just a bunch of just lines and like sort of the grill things you see in fans and perspective, right? Something like that. It also has an attachment. I didn't do the side part of the attachment, but I guess we can do that next time, right? So let's do it again. This time I'll start from this side. So project it outwards. Maybe projected it a bit too outwards. But okay, this is normal. Something like that. And then it goes inwards, like so. That's basically a multiple rounding for a cylinder. It's like shit over here. But clearly the main thing is that there's like beveled shapes that are coming out like this. This is basically the stand thing that I was trying to mention. Yeah, it's like that or something, which comes across on the other side as well. And then there's just a giant, again, platform. That's actually, this should be going much further out. Something like this. Whatever. Using my fan as an example, but obviously, kind of half-assedly committing to it is a mistake on my end, right? So I can definitely get back to this when I get the opportunity, but let's not waste brain energy on something I'm clearly not putting as much energy on. But hey, I'm still impressed. I'm still proud of myself for being able to do this even while casually looking at it. But what we can do now is, based off of this, sort of create something, right? So we can do something like here you go. And this can result in see, still using a similar concept, but now funny enough, I'm still ended up making my fan, relatively speaking, but again, maybe, well, I am changing it up for sure, right? And perspectives can be off as well. Okay, cool, but again, just trying to figure this out. It's off perspective. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. What the fuck? What am I even doing? What is this? But we just gotta commit. Because now is the good shit. Where we freaking. There we go. And then it bevels, I guess, like that. This might be too much inspiration from real life. That doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense. Let me try another. Let me rest my brain and then let's do something else. It was going good, and I think I may have uh, sort of muddied it in terms of the box and the perspective, right? Like kind of, yeah, it's a bit all over the place. Obviously, I can try to add three-dimensionality whilst I'm doing this, but it would be difficult. Okay, anyways, let me rest my brain. Yeah, I'm not saying this wasn't beneficial, because honestly, this was still really fun. But the shapes are being lost. What the whole point of this? Time has passed. Oh my god, I only have 20 minutes left. But yeah, the whole point of this exercise, right? Perspective, cluster, and rotate, is to create very readable shapes. You know, for example, this is a readable shape, right? This is a readable shape. You know, we can see what's happening. None of this shit is readable. Can't really understand what's going on, right? Even even this would be very readable. How do I want to do this? We can have it come around the other end. Again, like this, even though maybe it's convoluted, it can still be understood, right? As something that's occurring in three-dimensional space, I believe. You know? Right, like these are still perspective clusters in perspective that you don't have to wonder what the fuck am I looking at, because it looks like very defined solid shapes. This isn't. This is literally me dicking around and being a fucking moron. But this maybe is a bit better, right? I actually don't know what the fuck I've done here. This is fucking. This is completely lost sight. Ignore this one. Ignore this one. Let's go back to what we were doing in the beginning, which is just trying to create something interesting and then rotating it, or just whatever new, right? So we know how to round corners. So let's just round a corner, and then we can create a cutout, maybe like so, and then cut across like that. Maybe do something like this, right? And the cluster can be be like an add-on like that, right? There you go, see? But that's not the end, because maybe I can do something like... That's a cut across. It's a diagonal cut across. And that can just remain as is, right? If that seems confusing, it's not that confusing, because if we were to make that the diagonal, fuck, I think I confused myself. That's not too bad. Right. See? Well, actually, see? Well, I shouldn't have drawn it so small. That's actually way too small. But I think the idea is clear, right? If I were to draw it from a different angle, like... Uh, could be incorrect. Well, could definitely be incorrect. It has to be more like that. There you go. That would make more sense. Right. Something like that. Okay, so everything ended up being fine, but obviously the biggest error... Oh shit, I fucking hit the camera. The biggest error is this, right? Like this is supposed to be shooting straight out. It's supposed to be more like that, I believe. Right? Well, actually, no. It's literally wrong. It's supposed to be right at us. This is supposed to be right at us because it's coming straight through it. Even this is incorrect. This should be like that. You see, it's difficult, but it's fun. And now I'm gonna rest my brain again. It's actually really fun. Ugh. Yeah, perspective, cluster, and rotate. Really enjoyable. And yeah, I'll obviously fill up one more page of this, right? One more side of a page. So there'll be like one more hour of this, basically, that I'll be doing. But I think I'm doing, technically, I think I'm doing better than I was before. But it's hard to tell, right? It's honestly hard to tell. And I keep kind of losing track of what Bryce mentioned, which is be inspired by, I guess, things, right? So I don't know. The thing is, I'm not really sure what inspires me. You know, maybe that's my problem, right? Because I could say maybe I'm inspired by, I don't know. Is this my, me problem, right? Like it's hard for me to think of shit, right? That could be something. You know, I could say, okay, let me try drawing a bike made out of simple shapes while trying to keep perspective in mind. Right, I could try that. And then what? Like this, and then there's a seat here. It's a sort of manipulated shape. So, and doesn't a bike have like a frame or some shit? Tried to make the frame come out here, but again, is it a box that I could use like that? And then I guess again, I'm trying to use understanding of imagination as well as perspective, right? Would that be more accurate? A lot to think about, you know. And then there's also like a chain, right? So then I don't know. This is it's difficult. What comes out through here? Maybe is there a? See, this is already looking wonky as shit to me. And there's no problem with it looking wonky. I'm just trying to understand what I think of, right? And what is there a? Just trying to think. What happens? There's like a chain, right? It's kind of like a large chain. Maybe that's what connects to this. I don't know. And then obviously maybe there's a second pipe, something like that, right? And then from the back, is there a bigger cylinder, which in turn gives us again something like kind of fucked it up there. But again, is that this kind of became drawing for imagination, so I do apologize because this isn't what I was intending. I was trying to make a cluster, but it gets difficult sometimes to really have a clear vision of what you're doing, right? Yeah, I just don't know. And again, like spacing and all that shit. Okay, well, let's leave that. It's already been an hour. What the actual fuckery? But let's leave that one. Let's just focus on shapes. Shapes, shapes, shapes. Okay. Then what can happen? There, just something like that, I guess. Which also has. Okay, let me do this side, this other side of it. Kind of wanted to add that here, but it ended up being in the wrong perspective. It's like going along this side rather than going straight, which is what I wanted. Right. And then this is the shape. Should have made it too long, whatever. Let's just add a third one. Or too short. Let's just add a third one. And then ends like that. Definitely fucked this one up too. That's why I'm just trying to think it through. Oh wait. Dude, I definitely fucked this up. Oh my god, that's. What is my brain doing right now? Holy shit. I'm not frustrated. I'm calm. I'm very calm. I don't know. It's like I started off good. I think I'm just not thinking hard enough, right? I'm not trying to give myself crap, but I think let's just try to end it on one. And I'm going too fast. That's the issue. I'm going too fast. I'm not thinking hard enough. And I'm not focused on just playing around and having fun. I'm focused on trying to. I do this every time, right? I'm focused on trying to create something interesting rather than just creating, right? So that's the issue. Clearly. Right? That's off perspective. That's okay. Hmm. Okay, I think I got something down here, but for it to come to fruition, I need to do the opposite side now, which is okay, and then we have this thing. Okay, interesting. So that's correct so far. And then we also need to have that, that, that. It's also all correct so far. Oh, and this, right. Fuck that up a little bit. There you go. This is definitely a mistake. And now we need to have uh okay. Not bad. Not fucking bad at all. Right? So oh wait. No, that's incorrect. Should have been more like should have just been left blank. But either way. See, okay. Now you all know the difference when I slow down and actually take my time. I can spatially reason. But either way, this is good practice. And again, I have an entire 2 hours to drop my sister off back, like total back and forth to practice. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna really focus my brain and practice. But yeah, this is the thing. Like I'll try to let the audience know when I'll be drawing outside of the drawing time. But again, 95% of the drawing I do and the progress you see is on camera now from what is it, December 17th and onwards, whenever I started uploading, right? All those hours. I have 104 hours logged, right? 95 queued, or 95 total. Well, 10 queued right now, 85 total currently. But yeah, how long has it been? An hour and 4 minutes? Okay, cool. Well, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for watching all that shit. Like, subscribe, or fuck off, preferably all three.
That's my new outro.
but, but, yeah, like this was all really fun and really good. Kind of just lost, and this is actually what Hubaman Sensei says. He is like, oh, in the middle of your focus bout, you will lose your focus. Your focus needs more focus, and I'm like, ah, shit. So my focus was needing more focus, and I've refocused my focus, and I'm back to here now. So wonderful. But yeah, I think spatial reasoning is definitely getting better, slowly but surely, and fun session as always. Fun, regardless of all the ups and downs and all that stuff. I just have fun. It's just entertaining for me, right? It's just fun to try and to do things, which I think is the mindset I'm going to keep trying to embody, which is be curious, slow down, right? I know in some of my videos, literally yesterday, I'm like, yeah, guys, you got to be patient. You just got to be patient. And then I'm fucking here literally jerking myself off because I can't be patient. So yes, even the master has his moments of weakness. So Jesus Christ, my stomach's grumbling. What the fuck? So yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, it's time to drop my sister off. So wunderbar. As always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.